Hi everybody, what you're seeing here is footage from Dead Island 2, and this is my first impressions review of this new game. Now I do have to say that the key for this game was supplied by the publishers, so thanks a lot to them, so read into that what you will. But this is kind of my first impressions of the game. You know, what do I think? And if you were thinking about buying it, then knowing what I like in terms of games like DayZ, PUBG, Call of Duty and stuff like that, you know, what do I think of this one? So I guess you could kind of sum it up in the fact that Dead Island 2 is 100% laser focused on being the best zombie killing melee game there is. First person, and that's really important, first person. And then the other things that go with it, like the story and the characters, are kind of lower down the scale for the devs and the publishers when they brought it out. So as you're wandering around, you know, this one's set in LA. You tried to escape on an aeroplane, the aeroplane crashed, you found your way to where there's some survivors, and you're going off to do various missions to kind of sort things out. And at the beginning of the game you can choose one of several survivors to play of, and each of them have got different strengths and weaknesses. And then as you will go through the game, you know, you pick up different perk cards and you can craft things to make your weapons better. But it is laser focused on melee. And that is where, for me so far, this game really shines. When you get involved with the zombies and you're doing things like doing the flying drop kick, and then you're using your block or your dodge mechanic, and then you're using your special weapon that you've upgraded, you know, with electrocution force on it as well, and you're dismembering them, and then you're using the stun mechanic to kind of finish them off with your boot, and you're moving around. That is when it is really, really cool and very, very enjoyable. Honestly, I remember Dying Light being a bit like this, but Dying Light wasn't as much fun when it came to this is the original Dying Light we're talking about, wasn't as much fun when it came to playing like this. And in order to do this, you need to be pretty aggressive as well. And you can use lots of environmental things. You can like blow up propane canisters. You can throw water so that the zombies get electrocuted. You can throw fuel so that and set it on fire so that then other fuel cans will explode and it will take zombies down like that without even having to hit them. When you're doing all this sort of stuff and you're being aggressive, so you're aggressively going after zombies to kill them, it really is cool. When you get the multi-hits where you do a flying kick and you hit like 3 or 4 zombies at the same time and they all get staggered back, or you swing your weapon and they all get staggered back, or you take one of their heads off. that's when it's really, really good. And if you're listening to that and thinking, oh my god, that sounds like my perfect zombie game, almost imagine like a first-person Street Fighter, you know, a first-person fighting game where you're fighting zombies. That's where this game really, really shines. With melee weapons, that's the thing, with melee weapons. So it does have guns in, but from what I've heard and what I've seen is that isn't the main focus. It doesn't really get better when you get guns. So let's talk about some of the other things now. Graphically it looks fine. Some of it looks really beautiful. The scope of it looks really cool when you look out over the Hollywood Hills. But the map isn't like this massive thing where you can go anywhere like in something like GTA 5. You have these fast travel points. You get to somewhere and then you're obviously loading into a different part of the map. But it looks good. It's sunny LA. It very much fits. I don't know if you saw the trailer that came out a few years ago for this game where the guy was running along Venice Beach and gradually turning into a zombie. It kind of fits that tone. And similarly with the characters as well, this is trying to be, and sometimes is actually, a funny game. You know, this isn't a serious dark game like something like DayZ or something like Dying Light. This is we're in the zombie apocalypse. Why not enjoy it? Why not enjoy it while we're here? A bit like in Shaun of the Dead, that sort of thing, where hey, let's see how we can kill these zombies in lots of different ways, and that is fine by me. It really is very, very good. I guess the question you've got to ask yourself though is with the price of the game, are you willing to invest that sort of money for a game that really is laser focused on being the best first person zombie melee killing game out there, and where the other things are kind of okay, but they're not fantastic at full price? And I think probably the answer to that is, unless you're watching the footage and going, this is me, this is what I want, this is what I like, which is great, maybe you'd probably be better off waiting for a bit for it to go down in the sale and picking it up when it goes cheaper. And then I think when this game is sort of like $20, £20 or $30, that sort of price, and you buy it then, you'll enjoy it much more than if you spent the full price. I don't know, is it like £50 or £60 full price? Because with that, you might well say, am I really getting all that much of a game with that? Even though the melee combat is so good and so much fun and works so well. So that's kind of my caveat. So I'm really enjoying playing this. I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it at full price. I would definitely recommend buying it in the sale for people who are into their zombie games, because that fun is in taking zombies down in the way that you do and upgrading your weapons and crafting is pretty cool. And to be honest, some of the dialogue is quite funny as well, and some of the interactions is quite funny. A lot of it isn't, but a lot of it is. So, and I'm pleased that we've got another zombie game that we can play. The more the merrier. So there we go. Dead Island 2. Amazing first-person zombie killing melee action. Bit light on the story though, bit light on the characters. I would say, unless you're looking at it thinking, this is my thing, wait for it to go into sale and you'll enjoy it all the more. Anyway, that's enough from me. What do you think? Press like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more of the same, and of course I'll see you again soon.